We're live. Hey guys, how are we all? Hey Justin.
Hello. I'm sure that everyone's gonna. We got two people watching us.
Ooh.
Yeah. Is it? Wait. Is that us? Is that basically count me and you?
Oh wait, no, I switched off. No, we got one viewer. That's great.
Nice. Nice. Wonderful.
Wonderful. Well, thanks everyone for joining us.
All
It's
one of you.
all one of you. As we review Fish Tank. So this one was a really exciting week. We had, was it 11 entries this week?
Hi, Polly. 12. We had 12 entries.
Yeah, so I mean, quite a few, like a lot of participation this week, which was wicked. So it made it really hard to pick our top five. I think we've got
You are the first
six.
one, Polly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've got six
We
this
got.
week. So
Yeah.
yeah, we'll get right into it. Okay. All right, let's start off with this one here. What were your thoughts on this one, Justin?
I like it. The presentation's nice, and especially after reading over it, it's nice to see that. I like it when this kind of goes for all users. If you want to feel free to use existing content from marketplaces, please do it. My only thing was let us know exactly what you used, so we can kind of be like, oh, cool, this part looks good, this part looks good. Because right now, the submission didn't identify that, but in general, I like where everything's going. It's a nice render. I just kind of like there's a couple of images like that one,
Yeah.
and that one I didn't really know what was going on, and the next one I didn't really know what was going on.
That's a
Um,
fish.
is it,
I was
yeah,
wondering
yeah.
what that was. It was a fish.
I was like, what is that? And I think that's one of those issues. Like, I see that there's a wireframe down at the very bottom, which is kind of if you go down even further. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a bad angle. I would
Mhm.
have gone in and done a couple more wireframes from there, just so we could see exactly what is being made, and tell us exactly what you're making. So overall, I like the presentation. I just don't know what to critique if you didn't make all of it. You need to be clear on what you did and did not make.
Yeah, I
That
totally
makes
agree
sense.
with that. It's I mean this was stated that it was an architectural visualization piece. So I know
Yeah,
that's quite common practice to use like pre-made models for this to be able to build scenes really quickly. But yeah, I agree. It's hard to know what exactly
yeah.
made from scratch and what you downloaded. So that would be yeah, wicked if you could include that and also a bit of a breakdown, like a bit more of a breakdown explanation. There's
Yeah.
not really much um, words. Hey,
But I mean, I will say it's for everyone that's like watching or wanting to do drills. If you can find work that is free, that you can kind of work into your drills that will complement it and help add to it, hell yeah, go
mm-hmm.
for it. That's like when you're in the industry, you have to be efficient. You can't have like this thing like I'm gonna make everything. If someone's already got assets that's on your team that's provided, use it. It'll make it go quicker. But just you have to be able to break it down and clearly identify that stuff. But I dig it. Hello,
Okay.
Jessica 1996. I can't
Oh,
read.
I got a few hellos. Is this the first one? Yeah.
We got three people on right now. Nice.
Wicked.
I think I was,
I've got
I
a
was like,
question for you, Justin. Do you download models at all in your company? Like, do you ever use pre-made?
so at Epic we actually do have the marketplace, which is nice. And if we do have like, I know that I always go and download everything that comes out that's free because we do monthly free content. So I'll download it. Um, I haven't had to use it yet. I like to download content just to see how they made it.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
can kind of reverse engineer it. That's really the main reason I'll do that. And I will sometimes go on like Turbo Squid, not to buy anything, but if I'm getting stuck on how I might get about like modeling something, I'll type it into like Turbo Squid and see the variations. And if someone has a wireframe, I'll be like, oh, okay, that
How
makes
that
sense.
part goes.
Yes, I kind of like just to like see what other people have done, um, to help give me if I'm stuck on something. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, that makes sense. We'll do a similar sort of thing. We'll download like a substance designer graph or something,
Mhm.
and then that will sort of help us, find out how
Yeah.
to do something.
There's
So
no sense in like starting from the very first
yeah.
step if someone else has already done it. You gotta be efficient with that time. Time is money.
Exactly. All right. This one. So this one was really fun. From the thumbnails, this one really stood out as something that really looked realistic to me.
Yeah. I the only thing I wish that I saw on this one was, and this is just me being greedy, I wish it was like animating. It just it
Can't
looked
have
good. Like,
everything. They got a
yeah,
week.
I know, but like I was just like it just screamed like seeing like that school of fish just kind of like swim through, nice fun
Yeah,
simulation, and like the plants kind of like lightly billowing and kind of moving in the water. It's great. It looks really really good.
yeah,
Depth of field, the layering, everything like that.
yeah. No, it's really well done. Like these little fishies are so cute. Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I can totally see that. It would have been like a wallpaper, like really relaxing, some like calm
exactly.
music. Yeah, I think this has got like great potential for an awesome showreel piece, I'd say.
Yeah. The only thing I would say is that, and thank you for your honesty when you were sharing this. That you did it a month ago and you took 2 weeks on it. Unfortunately, that doesn't, it's not good. But having said that, I would say keep doing this. This is a great portfolio piece. I
Mm,
honestly, if you were into working in the CG world, if you can get this like some sort of realistic fish animation and everything else going, and just a light like looped one, that would be an amazing portfolio piece.
mm,
And it would make sure you have the breakdowns too, like what is the wireframes, like the compositing, like you're doing,
mm.
like even like any spline animations, if there's any trails. Yeah,
Yeah,
really
show
good
me
though.
more. Like,
Yeah,
did you model everything? Did you texture everything? What your process
hmm,
was? Yeah,
yeah.
no, great work, and thanks for your honesty. All right, this one. This one was really cool. Let me play it. It was really relaxing. Like,
Yeah,
I could just like watch it on repeat. Like,
yeah, it is nice.
even the music as well,
I
soothing.
didn't listen to music. I got to listen to music next time. It just made me want to go to the bathroom.
I'm
No,
playing it
I
now.
like it. I like it. It looks fancy. It's like a fancy coffee maker slash fish tank, fish bowl. I like that. It's always fun to see the procedural content being made with Houdini. My only thing that gives me marks against this, there's no breakdown.
Yeah,
This is an
it's really
amazing thing. Show me everything. Like I know you're starting to write stuff, which is great, but like show us like your process. Like show us the wireframe of just the content, and then show us maybe the water simulation, and even maybe some test simulations that you did before you got to the final one. Like this is, I'm going to be that guy. I'm going to harp on you. Like this kind of stuff is amazing to see, but we want to understand why. And
yeah.
unfortunately, the reality is if you don't show us the why, we're just going to go ahead and look at the people who are showing us all the why, and
Hmm.
contact them. So it's like it sadly kind of like kicks you out the door from people wanting to talk to you more. If there's like a stack of
Hmm.
applicants and someone else has done the job of breaking everything down, it's like, ugh. Unfortunately, even if your work's amazing, they're going to be like, no.
Yeah, and it's breaking something down once you've already finished it is a really hard thing to do. So from experience, just like try and take some screen grabs and things like that as you're working.
Mhm.
Leaving something right to the end and then going, oh crap, forgot my breakdown. It's kind of really hard to be able to go, all right, and now I've got to strip off all of these layers and go back to start, take some pictures and work that out. Like if you're sort of just taking some pictures as you're going, um, that really helps, I find.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
even just like a couple paragraphs, doesn't have to be anything crazy. Like
Yeah.
we're not checking your English or anything like that. We just want to know. We just want to know how you did it. Um,
I'll check your English though. But
oh,
I usually just save different files. I save iteration files. Like I'll do O1, O2,
yeah.
O3 when I get past certain things. So just things to think about. Looks great though. I really like it. And I think also breakdowns are nice because it answers our curiosity. Like, oh, how did you do that?
That's exactly right. Like, was the gravel procedural? Like, I assume it
Because
would have been. This is a nice
I want to learn too.
one. Cool. This one. So this one was based off of a Nintendo. What was it? Based off of Mario game. Yeah, this was fun. I liked it.
Yeah. I thought it was a clever. I thought it was pretty funny the way they're doing it. I would have. There's a couple things I would have changed. Like if I was modeling this, I would
Mm.
have just taken that little like little like the thing that says Mario on it. I'm blanking on the word right now. The plate, that's the nameplate. I would have just put that down on like the base of the actual thing, so it's not
Yeah.
bring up the glass. Um, and in terms of just like the texturing content for it, like look at it right now and I don't know how you model this. I can guess, but make sure you're modeling it in pieces and make sure that like that whole bottom part. Think about like what kind of you could have had one solid piece like you had, but I'm seeing something where the wood grain looks like it isn't falling like horizontally or vertically. Like the wood grain should always go lengthwise. And I'm
Yeah.
seeing some spots like yeah, you're seeing it like
Yeah.
right underneath the plate.
The stretching.
It's almost like like when you see a picture frame, how it has like the four edges. It would have been cool to see like the one
Yeah.
part of it being like that, and then you can actually see the seam on the corners, and then like the other part going the other side. It would have felt a little cooler just to see. Oh, I can tell how this was built like wood wise.
Yeah, like you'd have the ends of the wood on some of these,
Exactly.
like where it's been cut, because like if the grain's
Exactly.
going horizontal, you're not going to have grain going, unless it's veneer, unless it's like one of those like cheap veneer pieces. But
It could have been, but
with
that's
no
just me
issue.
saying like I think it would have taken it to the next level if we did it
Yeah,
the other way.
and
Um,
on that same level as well, there's also like a scale difference in the wood as well. So it's
oh
really
yeah.
fine here, but it's quite thick here. So an easy way, there's like a couple of different ways you can get about that. The easiest way is just to UV your object properly, hey? So just UV it into parts and make sure they're all orientated in the same direction. And that way, when you plug in your textures, whatever program you're using, Substance Designer, Mari, what have you, you just have to, put them all, stretch them all in the same direction in the U or V channel, and it will all orientate in the same way. And in saying that, make sure your shells have the same textile density, and again, it will just be a lot easier in the texture process.
Yeah, that textile density tool in Maya is amazing. I remember when I was younger and I had to actually like eyeball things, but now you can just do like get and set. Amazing. And
No,
take
so
advantage of that.
yeah, like we used to have to eye like the red and the blue colors or something in
Hmm.
my yeah. No,
Yep.
UVing is so much easier now. So
Yep.
yeah, yeah. I think other than that, it's pretty well. And we have a wireframe, which is well done as well.
Yep. I like the wireframe. It's nice seeing everything you have done.
Yeah.
If I'm looking at it, I just think like the I think we could have done a little more to make it like I guess it does feel like the glass is glass. Like it's just missing for some reason. It's just missing something. I can't tell
Mm.
if it's just like the depth, like Z fighting inside there. I don't know.
I think
Um,
it's the render, like as well.
yeah.
The actual presentation. I think they said how they rendered it. Because it might even just be a viewport snap. If that's the case, it would have been. Is it? Oh no, they're using iRay. So maybe just pop in a HDRI or something in the back, like give something the
Mhm.
glass something to reflect.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's what's
Um,
missing. It's just missing
yeah,
something that's reflecting off of it.
I think this blue, what's happening here, the blue in the water is probably a bit artificial. Like I
Yeah.
don't think it would accumulate as much blue in the real world. And yeah, just some sort of specular, like if you tightened up this grain, made it a bit smaller, and maybe added a bit of like, again, you only have a week, but add a bit of edge wear, just a few nicks, a few little imperfections, and
Yeah. Because the actual speaker of the record player, the ornate detail in there is fun. I like where you're going with
it's really
that.
nice. Cool. And increase the quality of your render. We have noise.
Hmm.
Cool. This one. So yeah, this one was really cool. Like when we sort of saw it come through. Hold on. I know Justin, you were saying you were really excited when this one came through.
Yeah, yeah. I like the like when I first started seeing it, it was an interesting concept. I like the shape, the modeling looking good. You have a good for your ref card. If I'm being 100% honest, I would have gone a different route than you did with the wood grains. I would have had it go. I would have kept it like a brass and a metal kind of thing, and kind of pushed it a little further than that. I think the texture would have read a little better. The wood's not. It's not terrible. I'm just not a huge fan of it. But the gravel, everything else you got going is looking good. It's I think when it comes down to it, I would have made this cleaner, not dirtier. I would have because I think there's some like all the grime on the actual fishbowl in the inside, and then there's some subtle wear and tear in the wood. But I feel like the fishbowl inside of it is just so dirty that
Yeah,
it's distracting from everything else.
yeah, that's right. It's kind of like if I didn't know this was fish tank, like I don't think I would have known that it was filled with water. Like I would have
Exactly.
thought maybe it was a decal or something on the outside. It's a little bit too much going on, I'd say.
Yeah. But I mean, I like the modeling. You're doing a good job breaking things down and showing the
Yeah,
process. You know, like, but when I look at the original one, how clean the glass bowl looks, and then you get those flat colors, I was like, oh man, imagine if you made it metal and just, even if you just had like stones inside of it or something else, like just keeping it a little clean because the glass looked so
yeah.
nice. And um, yeah, like there's some things that I was like, oh, this looks good.
Like, look at this.
And no worries. It's like, yeah, I get that we're on a time crunch, but again, these things, like when we're giving information, it's like, cool. Like if you really want to keep pushing with it, it could be an excellent portfolio piece. So like, you know, if you do have the time to go back and revisit it, you know, take it that further step. It'd be a great portfolio piece for you.
Yeah, wicked. And something some also feedback for the glass as well. There seems to be a bit of a shading issue. Not like, without looking into your scene, I can't exactly tell what's going on, but my best guess is something to do with your ray depth samples. So, you know, I can imagine if you've got two, like if you've built this glass to be physically correct, you've got double-sided glass, and then you've got two sides representing your water. And then on the other end, you've got another two planes representing the other side of the glass. So that's essentially 6 surfaces that a ray, like a light ray, has to actually pass through to be able to get to the other side, which means that your transmission ray samples, I don't know where you're rendering this, but it has to be a bit higher, at least 6. So if you don't have it, like here, your glass is rendering really clean and we can see right through it. But the minute you pop the water in there, yeah, like you're getting like bit of a black rendering zone. So check that out. And yeah, it's in V-Ray. I haven't used V-Ray personally, but just check that out and see if you can get something a bit more see-through and a bit more transparent. And I think that will really sell the piece. Cool. And oh no, we've got 2 more to go. This one was really fun. What were your thoughts on this one?
I like the colors. The first thing I saw about it was a very bright color, and I actually like the composition, how it starts from the lower right and kind of like swoops through and pulls my eye to the fishbowl in the back. It was great. I like it.
Super fun.
I mean, it's different. Like it was not what I was expecting. I was having fun with it. Looks good. And I like seeing like the breakdown process of like trying to figure out, especially with that little paint over, like what you were planning on doing. And then kind of going from like the Z mesh to kind of push things out and start sculpting in the detail.
Yeah, I found this really interesting. It was sculpted like you would sculpt hair in ZBrush. I haven't done that personally, but
yeah,
they used curves and things like that, which I thought was wicked. These little guys.
No, I like the end render looks really good. It's fun.
Yeah.
I think there's the right amount of detail in the fishbowl. It's got a fun painterly feel. And like my only critique would be like the scale of the fish in the middle and the scale of the fish in the back and the scale of the fish in front aren't terribly different. I would have taken the goldfish in the very foreground and made it bigger just to show more of depth.
Yeah,
about it.
That would have been nice. What's we got? Yeah, and then the final render. So the final renders had a beautiful paint over, and it really like I absolutely love just the colors, like the simplicity of the background. We have the cool purples, the blues, like you just played around with a few hue shifts and things like that in your illustration. Like we have greens and blues, and it's really, really well done in terms of like a texture and a color perspective. So I thought this was really fun. And lastly, we have this one. Let's go back to start. Yeah, this one was beautiful, hey?
Yeah. Noor, everything I taught you. She did a really good job. I think it comes down just, first off, this goes to show you, again, presentation. Make sure you guys are really paying attention to the presentation and having fun and doing things that get you kind of inspired. I liked seeing how it was placed down the presentation. I like seeing like the handprints and smudges on the actual coffee pot. Like you can see where it's been grabbed. Like I like seeing just in general, like there's subtle imperfections, but it's a really fun piece. The colors are very vibrant. It's got a quirky humor to it because it's the coffee cup and there's a coffee like as efficient, exactly. I like the kind of human that's going through there. The
That's great.
pebbles, like there's a render if you keep going. Not that one. Not that one. Next, next, next.
There you
That
go.
one. Like seeing like
Beautiful,
all
isn't
the
it?
pebbles. So I'm more curious, like, hey, did you hand place that, or is that like just some sort of procedural job thing? It's really there's a lot of like little details not going on here that I really I appreciate. I like it. Even like the extra little rocks from the fishbowl on the actual coffee mug platter.
Mm,
Um, so it's a great breakdown. Really well done. Great reference board. It's fun. Um,
that's
and
beautiful.
I like the one thing I really like to do is that um, you know you state that it was a chance for you to make choral and other things, and that's what these are actually supposed to be like. These drills are not only meant to be like, hey, how good can I do? It's meant to be like, what else can you try? What are you trying to do? Like,
Mhm.
oh, if you were trying to do something like this but never really had a real excuse to, hell yeah, go for it.
That's
This looks
exactly right.
great. You did a great job.
Good work. In terms of feedback, at one point, where did I see it? Subdivide. Add subdivision to your mesh. I think that will really just help it along. We can see some rough
Oh
edges.
yeah, I can see some
Yeah,
faceted up there. Yeah,
yeah. So it's
it's
just
it's it's pretty well subdivided now, but it's like, yeah, if you're gonna get that close for things, just do it a little more. Yeah,
mm, even just subdivide at render time. Like you don't have to put it in the actual model
yeah.
itself, but just whatever you're rendering in, just subdivide at render time. This is probably a little bit. I would say it's probably a bit shiny. Do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I guess the one thing I would say is some of the smudges are looking good, but we could tone down the shininess overall on a lot of this because it looks almost brand new, like it's
Mhm.
been polished. So I'd probably take that roughness and bring it down from like to like a 0.7, 0.6.
Yeah, just a little bit. I think I'm not sure what material you have on there, but it just seems a little bit metallic, like it's glossy. It seems to
Yeah,
have a really high IOR or something because it's like you've got reflections at the front, whereas I would expect those reflections to only sort of be on the side if it had like a true dielectric IOR. So just check out your material and make sure it's just got a dielectric 1.5 IOR. Um, yeah, other than that, it's beautiful. Really well done.
yeah.
All right. Top five or top three. What would you say came? What was your ideas on that, Justin?
Top three, I definitely say the one that we just went over, Nora's one, the blue, the
Yeah.
stylized one with the fish,
Mhm.
and then the third one. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and have to say like the globe fishbowl, just because I like that there was a breakdown. I like that this is, things I pay attention to is you start on this, you're working on it, you're showing progress. I liked it a lot. There's things that I would change that would push it over the top. Really, really good details. I thought it was really good. I'm torn between that one and the record player Nintendo one. I thought that was really good too. Like both of them need to have like with just subtle tweaks on both sides, they would kind of be very, very good. I just need to, yeah.
Just quickly, in the chat, someone said, "Guys, you
Polly,
need one now."
which one's yours, Polly?
Mm. So just to keep in mind, guys, we're only reviewing. We're picking 5 a week, and we're
Yeah,
otherwise
top five.
to get through all 11 or 12.
Uh, which one's yours, Polly? Oh, 1 second. This is where you would say,
Let us know.
is the freedom one.
This one.
Which one's the freedom
This
one?
one. Got it.
Oh, that one was really good. That one, the only reason why, yeah. Which one? Freedom one.
Yeah,
Where is it?
I've got it up on the screen.
Oh wow, we got a text from everyone too from. Yeah, I like that one too. The only reason I was kind of like I was a little bit hesitant on it was keep on scrolling through it.
Nice breakdown though. Really well done with the breakdown.
That clam's hilarious. Actually, go back to the Finding Nemo one.
This one?
I like that. I think the problem with with that guy with his eyes, let's like make his eyes like a little bit. It's actually not that bad.
Yeah, he's pretty cute.
No, he is adorable. Can we go to the main one, like the main page without the cool?
Just here?
Yeah. How come I didn't see this on mine? Oh, it's
I
because
think it is, yeah,
it
it is.
wasn't tagged fish tank. That's why. That's why I didn't see it.
Yeah, I mean, like the models are still, models are really nice.
I like the models. I like this. Like when I'm looking at this, a little bit of the lighting and rendering is kind of throwing me off.
Mm,
The glass is looking good. The when I'm looking at this one right now, I think the biggest thing I would have done is I like the freedom thing. I like that stuff.
yeah,
I almost would have loved to see like in terms of like the fish tank, I would love to see like the coral and everything. Like I would have said like to see like a little more sand.
yeah,
Because right now it looks like there's no, I can't tell. I see that there's water at the very top if I'm looking at it, but the water doesn't look like there's like any depth because of what's going on at the presentation. That makes the all everything else kind of look like so shiny that I can't tell. And to be honest with you, these like the pebbles and everything you have, they're not going to have a high shine to them under the
not in the
water.
water.
Um, but in terms of everything else, I would have actually because it's missing like it's missing refraction. It's missing some distortion from inside the actual glass. There's like it's missing some depth to it. It just feels like I can't tell if there's water in there, I guess.
Yeah, I think just yeah, have another crack at the lighting for next time, and make sure we have like a HDRI in there. Give it something to reflect off of, other than just the background you have in here. I'm not like I can see reflections from the floor here, but yeah, it would have been nice to sort of have a little bit more depth to the lighting, and maybe I don't know. I just think for the weekly drills,
Focus more like don't you
yeah,
have a big scene, yeah. Like
yeah,
there's a lot of stuff you're trying to do in 1 week for this thing. Like and honestly I didn't see it because it wasn't tagged fish tank. At least when I clicked to find fish tank. Yeah,
yeah,
see it says fish aquarium rookie show. Just like that's how I missed it. So
yeah,
like when I go to search for things, guys, I search by the topic of the thing. So just make sure it's there so I don't miss things like this. Yeah, I mean the modeling stuff is looking great. It's just I would have made the focus literally just that. I think what you're doing in terms of that whole idea of freedom would have worked just as well
yeah,
even if it was just the bowl. Plus, you would have had so much more time to kind of do
yeah,
some R&D and just focus literally on figuring out the water, the refraction, and like putting more stuff inside the actual bowl. That would have been
yeah.
funner. No worries, don't be sorry. Like you did a good job of breakdown of modeling. It's just
Hmm.
that's how I look for things. So that's my bad.
Yeah. No, great. No, and great. What great work. I think this has got a lot of potential. I reckon just take your fish bowl and the floor here, and just start working up just that
Yeah.
proportion of it. For now, maybe just don't worry about all of like the bookshelf, the books, your pictures as well. As beautiful as they are, if you just focus on just these little parts here, I think you could really work them up and get them looking great.
Well,
So,
and also like I would have like you have more of like a cartoon theme going with your clam and your fish. Kind of like push that. Like add
mm,
some saturation to some of your stuff. Like if you're gonna have that little humor of the actual cartoon thing, kind of push it. But another thing too, Polly, don't get stressed. These guys,
yeah,
these drills, they're not meant to stress you at all. You want just to have fun, like and submit what you can, and then when you guys are submitting content, we're not expecting like everyone to be like, yo, I put like 100 hours. No, it's supposed to be fun and like you to learn something, and clearly like you're on the right direction. Our
mhm,
feedback is just like hey, you could have done less and you would have like gotten more done. That makes sense. Work smart, not hard.
mm,
And then if you're going to do something that has a little character to it, lean into it. It's gonna really it's gonna help sell it a lot. Make the coral and the pebbles have that vibrant color, push the vibrancy of these things. So it feels more of that cartoon style.
Well
That's
done.
what I.
Awesome. Well, if you have any more questions, just reach out to it as well. Really good work.
Yeah.
So just to clarify, are we going with this one instead?
Yeah, we'll go with that one.
Yeah. I think it's with those few like little shader tweaks and a few little tweaks, I think this could be really something cool. So I'll say this one third, this one second.
Yep, I like that one a lot.
Yeah. Well done.
Again, just make that one foreground fish bigger. I think it would just be that much more successful.
And this one first.
Yeah, Nora, great job. Turn down the specularity, like the roughness and all the metallic and all that stuff, just so it doesn't reflect so much.
Yeah.
Maybe add a little more resolution to some content. And by the way, Paulie, that's the kind of like when we're looking at, if we're looking at like Nora's, by the way, like the saturation on some of the coral and stuff like that, how there's like a little bit extra, that really does help. And you'll see that not everything in there has like a strong speck. Like the pebbles have a little bit of it, but like the coral and rocks and all that stuff, they don't. So it's like, just be subtle. Like it goes a long way. And everyone else that like submitted work, you guys did great. Just 2 things. Work smart so you don't have to do a huge amount of content. You can leverage other people's work if you need to, just credit it. And then just show your breakdown. Like showing your breakdown is not only good for you, but it's also good for us because we can see what your thought process is and try to like help you along the way. Because we don't want to just critique the whole thing. We like to kind of pop in and be like, oh, okay, look at your wireframe. That's like, we want to be able to do that kind of stuff. And then, eventually we're gonna have more time. We're still kind of like, me and her are juggling full-time jobs and other stuff. So the goal is like we'll be able to do more than just 6 a week. But keep on. We'll share the feedback up on the Discord channel. But the more that you guys like, we encourage each other, get your classmates, get the other people kind of like pushing in. It gives us more of like, all right, cool. Let's carve out more time each week to do this. So it really like it's in response to what you guys do. So thank you for staying active on it. We're gonna have more fun drills. We got the badges. Like we'll be sending out fun stuff and swag. Get rookies drill. The rookies stuff is coming out. We got a bunch of more contests coming out this year. We just did one with your texturing stuff, Chrissie. So that was fun. We'll do other stuff, but this is not just don't get stressed, but also realize that we both work in the industry. I'm in video games, she's in visual effects. So when we start to see this stuff, I will, like we were just talking before the start, like, oh, look at all these things. So it's an easy way to have people who are working in the industry see what you're doing.
Exactly.
Don't just think it's just for what we see. We all know people that work in different studios who are like, oh, this is perfect for you. So think about that too, but not in a stressful way. And the things that really impress us are consistency. You tried this week, you tried next week. Oh, you kept on doing it. You're having fun with it. Does that make sense? Hope so.
Yeah, no, that was really good advice. I think something that really impresses me is just seeing like names pop up all the time, every week. They just keep trying. They take on feedback, and then take a week or 2 to get on with it, and then submit something else. So keep getting your name out there, guys. It's a great opportunity, and it's like so many times I've just spoken to my coworker and just been like, oh my god, guys, check out this entry, and then like we'll have a chat about it, and so it gets people talking about your work and it gets your name known. So keep at it, guys. Well done.
Yep. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you.
No worries. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye-bye.